Hi everyone, it's Liam here from Rating the Races. So the handicap marks have come out for this week, and there's a few that we're going to talk about. 3 over hurdles and about 5 or 6 over fences that have caught my eye, or that I wanted to talk about that I mentioned in the preview and the review and we've been looking at for the Cheltenham Festival. So the first one I wanted to talk about was Perseus Way, who frustratingly he's gone up £7, finishing second in that grade 2, beaten by Nusret. It was a strange one in hindsight for Gary Moore, in the fact that he ran him in a grade 2 considering he didn't have the Triumph Hurdle as an entry. If you know, say he'd won that, they then might have gone, oh, we should have run him in the Triumph Hurdle, and he would have gone up probably a couple of pound more. But the fact that they ran him in a grade 2 when they thought they had a handicapper, it was a bit of a strange one, really, in hindsight. £7 up to 132. I think that means he's 132. The trainer and owner also have Bo Zenith in the Fred Wintle, the Boodles, off 131. So they're going to have to give weight. You know, obviously the Irish, there's going to be Irish that hopefully they'll go above that. But yeah, they're going to be right near the top of the handicap, and that £7 is not ideal for Perseus Way. Obviously, if you've already backed him for the Fred Winter or the Boodles, whatever you call it, then hopefully he can run a really big race for you still. You could say he should have won if he'd jumped the last. Jamie Moore asked him up, and the horse said, no, I'll have one more stride. You know, are you ending up really with a grade 2 runner, a grade 2 potential winner, running in a handicap? Maybe you could look at it that way, but frustrating if you were, you know, really keen on him for the Boodles, which I was. The £7 is not going to help him at all. I mean, he'd done the right sort of things. He'd gone to nothing races at Huntingdon and at Leicester. He'd finished third in a grade 2, I think it was the finale at Chepstow. You'd kind of got his handicap mark. You knew where he was with him, and then ran him at Kempton probably. You know, maybe Connections thought Scriptwriter was going to go really well and probably win the race. Then they might have gone, well, Nusret will finish second, we'll finish third, and won't go up. So yeah, that might be a mistake in hindsight for Gary Moore, but we will see. Second horse I wanted to talk about was a horse called Rambo T, who obviously we said he would win at Chepstow. He did. Probably, in my opinion, I don't think he was going to. I think El Rio was going to, and if you haven't put El Rio in your RTR Nagme, definitely put him in your RTR Nagme. But I had a look, and Rambo T's mark of 117, that is definitely workable. And I just wonder whether the step up to 2 mile 3 wasn't going to suit him, and maybe he does want to go back to 2 mile. Off 1-1, what did I say it was? 117, Rambo T can win a handicap. I'm not sure what handicap they're going to go for, and it might be a low class one, you know, a low grade one, but I fully expect him to be near a 130 towards the end of the season. Well, I can see him winning off 117, going up to 125, and then running a big race off 125 even. So don't give up on him. Or hopefully you know there's no reason to give up on him. He's now got you a win, and he was available at 2-1 the evening before. He's a horse I think can win off his handicap mark of 117. The final horse in the hurdles, the hurdlers, Immortal. Immortal's been given a handicap mark of 113, and then has been given a drop of £2 for collateral form. Tell you what, finishing second to Gavega and finishing second to Authorised Speed, both of whom may end up in the Supreme Novice or the Ballymore, and then getting a handicap mark of 113 and now down to 111, Immortal can definitely find a race off 111 in a handicap. What you've got to remember is they have taken him out of 2 races, so they didn't want to waste him. They didn't want to run him in nothing. When he was running in this bumper, so this was the bumper that caught my eye for why he was going. He ran on the same day, or was meant to run on the same day as Constitution Hill, and they took both of them out. They took Constitution Hill out and Immortal out. And I think the fact that they were sending Immortal to go with Constitution Hill really caught my eye. They then ran Immortal in the novice hurdle that Constitution Hill had previously won, and were beaten by a very good horse in Authorised Speed, who I don't think is going to end up at Cheltenham, but if he did, I think he could still run well. Remember, Authorised Speed finished 5th in the Champion Bumper. And then last time, finishing second to Gavega, nothing wrong with that. Gavega's a decent horse. Gavega could be ending up in something like the Sussex Champion Hurdle. So off that handicap mark of 111, Immortal can definitely find a handicap. Now, there is this Bet365's Novices Handicap Hurdle Championship Final at Sandown at the end of the season. The problem is 111 may be too low. So they're going to have to find a race for Immortal first, try and win it, go up £6-7. If he's rated around 116, 117, he probably would scrape in at the bottom of the Bet365 Novices Championship Final, that long title. And yeah, I think he can go very close. I think he's going to be, in the 130s, possibly even better than that long term. So a handicap mark of 111 is definitely too low for Immortal. So there's just some thoughts, some hurdlers, just the three this week: Perseus Way, Rambo T, and Immortal.